Hi everybody, welcome to another Poppy Cooks. Lulu's currently unavailable. She's on a New York City adventure, so we got Drake to fill in. Isn't that exciting, Drake? You don't seem too excited. But today we're going to do something fun. We're going to make a risotto, but instead of using rice, we're going to do it with couscous. It's going to come out good? Who knows? Actually, I do know. It comes out great. But if you want to see, keep watching. I think Drake's kind of excited. Maybe not. All right, Lulu, hurry up and come home. Okay, so to start, you need your saucepan, and you want to add one small diced shallot with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. We're going to let this saute a little bit, just till we start hearing some sizzling. Once it starts sizzling, you're going to want to add 1.5 cups of Israeli couscous. I'm just going to get that right in there. All right, and we're going to saute this until the couscous gets a little golden. You want to stir it a lot so it doesn't burn. Once your couscous has its nice color, you're going to reduce the heat to medium, and you're going to add about 1.5 cups, 2 cups of frozen spinach. Okay, you can use fresh, but you need a lot of fresh. And frozen is just so much easier. All right, so now we're gonna saute this until the spinach is soft. Once you got that ready, you're gonna want to add your vegetable broth. You can use chicken, you can use beef, whatever you want. You're gonna need about 2 cups total, but we're only gonna add about 1 cup at a time. All right, so we're gonna give this a nice stir. I'm gonna stir this constantly, and you're gonna see the couscous is gonna absorb all of that liquid. All right. And at this point, I'm also going to add an optional ingredient. There's a lot of mushroom haters out there, so if you don't like mushrooms, do not add these. But I love mushrooms, so I'm going to add about 1 cup of sliced mushrooms as well. And get those all in there. Okay, so this has only been sauteing for a couple minutes, but you can see most of the liquid's already gone. All right, but we're going to keep letting this go a little bit. Now you want to start adding your seasoning. I like to do salt, pepper, and garlic, but you could add whatever you want. You know, whatever makes you happy. That's what's most important. Okay, so I've adjusted the seasoning. Now you're going to see most of the liquid is gone. Make sure you stir this like crazy because these guys love to stick to the pan. All right, so now you want to add about another 1/2 cup of your broth. Now we're going to stir this really, really well so it doesn't stick. And now we're going to wait for this to get absorbed. Should take only about another 5 minutes, if that. All right, so this has been cooking for about 3 minutes. You can see most of the liquid's gone already. All right, so we're going to put another 1/2 cup of the broth. So if you're keeping count, that's been 2 cups. We're going to stir this nice. I tried it already. It's still a little crunchy. So yeah, not ready yet. All right, but we're going to let this simmer. We're going to lower the heat. We don't want it to boil. All right, so we have the heat on about medium. All right, just make sure you keep stirring it so it doesn't stick. But it's so tasty. It already smells great too. Okay, so this has been sauteing for about about 10 minutes. You can see the liquid is almost gone again, but I just tried the couscous and it's still a little al dente, a little too al dente for me. So I'm going to add about another 1/4 cup of the broth. So for those of you keeping track, we're at 2¼ cups of broth. All right, so we're now going to mix this in, and then we're going to see if that's going to do the trick. Hopefully. Okay, so the pasta is just about done now. And you can see it's pretty creamy, right? Almost like a risotto. It's not going to be the same as a risotto because couscous doesn't have the same starchiness as arborio rice or risotto rice. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some cheese. Because what's a risotto without cheese? Well, it's still a risotto. And you can absolutely have it without cheese if you want. If you don't like cheese, you don't have to have it. But what we're going to do, I have some shredded cheese, and what I'm doing a blend of Asiago and Romano. This is about 1 cup maybe a little bit more. What we're going to do is we're going to mix this in. You're going to see how nice it's going to melt. And then suddenly you're going to be like, now it looks like a risotto. Look at that. Can you see it? Look how creamy it's suddenly become. Taste it at this point, adjust your seasoning, but then that's it. This is ready to serve. This is a great great dish, a standalone dish if you want. You can add some protein to it, some chicken, tofu, shrimp. I'm going to serve this tonight with some salmon on the side, but that's it. Nice and easy, less than a half hour to make this dish. Super creamy, super delicious, and that's what we like. All right, if you make this, let us know how it comes out. All right, enjoy.